my amazing artists. Welcome back to Art with Mrs. Knowles. We are going to be creating a very colorful cactus today. Isn't that cool? And we're going to be adding lots of designs and patterns to our cactus. Are you ready to get started? All right. Okay, so you are going to need 2 pieces of paper to start this project. 2 papers that are the same size. One of the papers should be white and the other paper can be whatever color you choose. We're going to start with the white paper. I'm going to use a pencil for this part, and then we're going to use crayons after that. So I'm going to show you how to draw your cactus. Are you ready? So on the very bottom of the paper, you're going to draw a big half circle with your pencil. Now we're going to draw some more, kind of an oval shape. You can see I attached it onto the half circle. I'm going to do a little bit bigger one over here. And you're just going to keep building and attaching them to each other. So you can see I'm going to go all the way till I get to the top. Little one right there. Okay, so I went all the way from the bottom to the top. And now we are going to use our Sharpie and just trace those lines. So now we're going to use our crayons, and inside each space of my cactus, I am going to do a different kind of pattern. So, and you can use whatever colors you want to use. So for example, maybe on this one I decide to do a zigzag with my red. Now to make a pattern, it has to repeat, right? So I need to add something else to make a pattern. But I do really like these zigzag lines. I think that I will add some purple dots. So here's some purple dots in between my zigzags. I'll start it up here. So that means my pattern is dot, zigzag, right? So you're gonna add a different pattern to each one. So I'm not going to do zigzags up here because I already did them down here. All right, let's do it. All right, great job, artists. So after you finish all your patterns and designs, we are going to use watercolors to paint each part of your cactus a different color. So I'm just going to give you a little bit of a reminder how to use watercolors. You need your water, you need your paintbrush. Remember, you should be holding your paintbrush just above the metal part. So not way up here because that doesn't give you enough control. So right there, and then you're gonna choose a color. I'm gonna use blue. You're gonna add 1 drop of water, stir gently with your paintbrush, and then you can start to paint. Now the magic thing about using the crayon is that you should still be able to see all of your crayon lines when you put the watercolor on top of it, which is pretty cool, right? All right, I'm gonna continue painting. All right, I have finished painting my cactus, so I'm gonna put this off to the side and let it dry for a little bit. So while I do that, I wanna make sure that I wash my paintbrush and rinse out my water cup. And I'm going to let my paint, keep it open, keep the lid open, and I'm gonna let it dry overnight so that the paint gets really dry and you don't have to worry about any mold growing or gross stuff like that. All right, so my cactus is dry, and what I'm going to do now is I'm going to cut it so that I can glue it onto my orange piece of paper. Now when I cut my cactus out, I want to make sure that I stop when I get to the point where they're connected. I'm not going to cut this part off because I don't want them to come apart, right? But if I accidentally cut it off, it's not a big deal because you can just glue it back on. All right, I'm gonna keep cutting. So as I get ready to glue my cactus onto my orange paper, I'm making sure that the bottom part of my cactus, remember that half circle that we drew, it's gonna line up with the bottom of my orange paper. Okay, and I'm gonna make sure that it's all fitting. All right, and now I'm gonna glue it on. You can use a glue stick, or I'm gonna use the white glue because it's pretty sturdy. Did you notice that when I was gluing it, first I put the glue on the very bottom. I made sure it was stuck really well, and then I lifted up these two arms of the cactus and I put glue on there. So that's an easy way to add the glue. Okay, so we're gonna add the spikes for our line cactus now. And the easiest way to do this is to cut yourself some strips of paper. And then you take the strip and we're gonna make triangles by just cutting back and forth like that. So I'm gonna make some triangles using these colors of paper that I found. All right, so I've got my triangles all cut. They're over here on the side. And I'm gonna take my glue and I'm gonna add one dot of glue to my triangle. And then what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go all the way around the shapes that I made. So for example, here on the bottom, I think I'm gonna do white triangles, and they're gonna go all the way around this blue part. I'm even gonna do them on top of the green and the red parts, just like that. See how it overlaps with the green? So I'm gonna go all the way across the bottom part of my cactus. All right, so now I'm gonna do the same thing with each of the parts of my cactus that are coming up. So I'm gonna start here, go all the way around the green, go all the way around the next one. So I'm gonna do that so you can see it. Okay, so here is my finished cactus with all the spikes on it. Doesn't it look amazing? I discovered that I should have probably just left the spikes off of this really tiny one. So you might want to leave the spikes off of your, if your cactus has a really small part to it. Well, I hope you guys had fun working on your crazy cactus today. I know that I did. Here's the finished product. I also really like how I had the spikes kind of sticking out from the paper. They look pretty spiky, don't they? All right, I hope to see your projects when you're done. See you later.